Hey, hello, and a really warm welcome to this masterclass. Today it's probably a shorter one, and the title is How to Reconnect with Your Heart. I saw that quite a few of you have actually got the longing, or they would like to learn about how do I reconnect with my heart. And you know, the first question to ask really is, how come you're not connected to your heart? And how do you know you're not you're not connected with your heart? So I just like to ask you, if you're watching this later or now, what is your sign? What's your knowing? How do you know that you're not connected to your heart? And you know, I'm just going to list a few symptoms, because everybody's got some different issues, but it's usually either you're experiencing some sort of lack of love, lack of approval, lack of respect, lack of being heard, being seen, lack of being maybe even, or you know, what's the word, praised, that you know, so you know you're doing something well. Or it could be money, it could be time, you know. But usually, because we're talking about self-empowerment here, it's usually something to do with that makes you feel loved or wanted. So, and if you have these symptoms, you will not feel connected to your heart, right? Another one could be that you feel inside kind of like a hole, and you're kind of looking for something, and there is a dissatisfaction. There is you really feel it, yeah, like a hole, and you might want to eat or drink. You distract yourself to fill the hole. You are aware that you're doing something, or maybe only a little bit aware. Sometimes it's unconscious as well, that you just keep on eating and drinking. For most people, it's actually unconscious, but maybe for you guys, you are aware of it, but you are not able to change it. So you feel that you are kind of stuffing yourself almost, and you're realizing, oh, I don't really need to have this extra glass of wine, but I don't feel, you know, at my best. I need to top up. I need to make me feel better, make myself feel better somehow. I need to get out of my little low. And it is so common in our society that we do that. We all do that. We see that's what people do, and so we copy. And most people are not aware, hang on a minute, how come I do this? Why am I doing this? It's really easy now, of course, you know, just get a bottle of wine or chocolate, some ice cream, some cake, and you feel better. Very briefly, and then you have the same scenario again, right? So by actually taking that food or drink, you are staying disconnected. You're not really doing something to help yourself to reconnect to your heart. Just want to say, okay, it's all fine. Just want to make you aware. And another could be that you have a need. You are actually feeling that you wish, or you're longing for maybe a partner. You want to be held. You want to be supported, or you want to be you want to feel safe. And you're looking for that on the outside, and you keep on looking and you keep on longing, and it's kind of perpetuating itself. And you might, you know, tell yourself a story, and the more you tell that story, the more you're disconnecting from your heart and your soul. You also might feel the typical examples of this, how this might come about is, you know, or actual typical scenarios, that you are not saying what you're actually feeling, that you are pleasing other people, so you won't have any confrontations, any arguments, so you're not going to feel wrong or bad, or, you know, about yourself in any way. You're not basically allowing yourself to be your true self. And when you're not allowing yourself to be your true self, in any shape or form, it could be the slightest small little thing that you do, it all adds up, you know, and the energy is being sent out, and therefore the same energy comes back, then you are disconnected with your heart. You might be acting out of fear in any way. I mean, that's the most common thing, isn't it? That when you're doing anything out of fear, or thinking out of fear, acting out of fear, or speaking from fear, you are definitely disconnected from your heart. And you will stay disconnected from your heart. And if you are acting from an untrue belief, which could be an unconscious belief that you don't know you have, and you can notice though, there's maybe a procrastination going on, or maybe a lack of motivation, there's a lack of something like that, so or doubting or not trusting yourself. So it's a little bit more subtle. So it's not like an obvious pain point or fear, but it's, you know, like, yeah, those more subtle scenarios. But there's always, underneath those, I can guarantee you almost, there's an untrue belief that tells you, oh, I can't do this. You know, say you want to go forward with something, you want to try something new, and a fear, a subconscious fear is actually holding you back. And therefore you're not allowing yourself to be in the flow and to be living from your soul because of the fear, yeah? And that, you know, so all of these scenarios are then ending in you not living your life wholeheartedly, not living your life from your absolute truth, which is, the truth of you is all and everything that resonates with you, that feels good to you, that feels uplifting to you, that feels like you're coming or living from love, peace, or joy. So, and then we need to remember what it would feel like to be connected to your heart. Or, yeah, to know that. What would it feel like? And how come I'm not there yet? So it's always to ask yourself, how come I am not feeling love or peace or joy right now? What am I doing or thinking? And then find that. It's a matter of investigating what you're doing right now that is disconnecting you. And then realign with the energies of your truth, the energies of your heart and soul, which is love, truth, joy, peace, ease, freedom, expansion, happiness, you know, all of those, more awareness, all of those energies. And then get to work, basically. It's like sifting out, where am I not coming from love, peace, or truth, or, you know, joy? And actually, then, you know, the next step is to do some inner work, is to maybe choose a different way of being, choose a different way of thinking. It may be to find the untrue belief that's holding you back. It may be resolving some very old, unresolved childhood emotions. That is very often the case when we haven't actually worked with them, and they're still there, and they're perpetuating, and they are recreating certain scenarios from your childhood in your relationships usually. Then we have to look at that. We cannot expect to suddenly live from love and peace when there's energies in us that are not allowing ourselves to do that, because they are like a programming. So it's coming back to your heart means that you are remembering what love actually is. So love means, coming from love means to allow yourself to be as you are, to speak your truth, to express a feeling, to choose your desires, to choose what you prefer, and also to allow the other people around you to do the same. So that would be meaning you are connected to love and you are living from love, for instance. And love also understands the other people around you and yourself, and then sends out compassion. So by doing or being love, by acting in ways that would love do, if you make love personified, just imagine, what would love do now? I always ask that question. If you're in doubt, what do I do when the situation is not the way you like it to be? What would love do? And there's many things that love might need to do in order to get yourself back on track, in order to get yourself back into the realm of love. All thoughts of judgment, all thoughts of rejecting or avoiding are not what love would do. Love would always allow, understand, and have compassion. And love would always, of course, send love to the unresolved emotions from your childhood, to the little child in you. Love would send out compassion to people around you who maybe haven't treated you very well. And that's only the case, or that only can happen when they are not healed and when they need love, and nobody ever has given them the love. So love is always the answer. Love is always the healer. And to reconnect with your own love is usually the steps that you need to take is to see where are you not thinking or speaking or living from love, basically. And it takes a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of staying or coming to stillness, coming back to stillness, and then looking at where am I coming from need. Because if you are desperately wanting something, you are certainly not coming from love, because love always has everything that we could possibly need or desire. And sometimes just the exercise of letting go of the need, the desperation. I really want this to change. I can't stand this any longer. It's so boring, or it's so hard, or it's so tiring, But then the more you tell that story and you're more energy, the more you put into that energy, the more it grows. And the more it stays as it is. And it repeats itself over and over again. So then come back to love. Love is peace, ease, joy, happiness, love. So love is ease and peace. It's stillness. When you go into your heart, and I recommend, if you haven't yet got my heart alignment meditation, it's a really good tool or a good practice to help you to get the experience of what it is like to be in your heart and to live from your heart, where there is complete stillness. So if you have this desperate situation where you really want your life to be different, then first of all come back to the stillness and accept as it is, to kind of let go of wanting it any other way and accepting what it is, because that brings you back into stillness. And only when you are back in stillness can you actually have a constructive thought or idea that might get you out of that situation. It just usually comes from nowhere. It is like an intuition or like an insight that pops in, and it comes when you no longer need it. That can be a little bit hard, I know. It used to be hard for me. And to get to that point where you say, okay, I'm fine as I am, and I don't really need that thing, unless of course it's food, and you desperately need to eat or something, then, we're not talking about that here, right? But I'm just talking about the emotional needs and the mental, the mental and the emotional needs. So it's kind of coming back to the truth of your higher self, of your love, and the love Doesn't need anything, never needs anything. It already has everything that it could possibly want right in your heart. And so an exercise you might need to do to come back to the breathing, to the slow breathing. And that's what I help you with on my heart alignment meditation. You can ask me for it. It's also at the top in the group, or the very top of the feed, that you can get it there. And to kind of slow down and let go. You let go, you know. It's all the desperation and the neediness is not coming from your love. And also the have-tos, you know, the have-tos on the pleasing and the obliging. That's not what love would do. Love would just love the other people as they are and yourself as you are. If you still find that you cannot be yourself truly and honestly, then there's most likely a fear that's holding you back. And then that needs to be investigated in order to return to your true self, to your own love and to your own peace and your own joy. So, you know, to reconnect with your heart, the most important thing is to remember, what does it feel like to be in my heart? What does it feel like to live from my heart? And it's so simple. All there is stillness, ease, peace, no neediness, no longing. And there's allowance, there's love, there's ease, freedom. So this realm, this feeling, this experience is what I recommend to have a knowledge of, a memory of. What does it feel like? This is where you want to be. You can in fact return there all the time by simply collecting yourself, breathing deeply and slowly into your heart, and just collecting yourself here and now, and let go of what the mind wants and the stories it's telling you. Nothing is ever that important or that urgent, because we cannot create what we want out of urgency or neediness, desperation. And we cannot be in love when we are in those energies. Love is relaxed. Love is at ease. Love is at peace. Love is in joy. So it's about looking deep inside and being honest. Where am I coming from? Become more aware of where are you coming from. Love and peace and joy, or fear and need and lack and desperation. Usually there's only these two realms, right? It's the duality experience we're having, and our natural state of being is always peaceful and stillness. There's always love for everything, or at least neutrality. And there's no need to do something desperately right now, or to have something right now, to get something right now. This moment in time is fine as it is. And it's an exercise, it's a practice that we can do every day, again and again, to just come back to the nothingness, to the stillness, where you're just observing everything as it is, and you don't want to change it, you're accepting it. And if you want to take a situation that you maybe have experienced today or another day, where you felt you weren't being your true self, then revisit that in your meditation practice, where you can take that scenario into this stillness, and then decide now, here in this moment, how you're going to do it next time. From the stillness, from the I love you as you are kind of attitude, and not pleasing other people next time, and not saying yes when you actually want to say no. So it takes awareness that you are looking out for the signs, that the emotions that you're hearing and feeling are your guidance. Also your feelings of maybe subtle feelings, like intuitive feeling, maybe gut feelings, little warning signs that you guys said, that doesn't feel good to me, then listen to those. So, you know, it's like listening to your guides, listening to your signs that you're getting, asking, what would love do now? And am I coming from stillness here? So those 3 practices, tips, and or tools I'd like to give you to become more aware where you are and how to come back to your love, to your heart, and to your soul. Okay, so, and since there's no questions today, let me know if this helped you. Let me know if you've got any questions later on, or if you want to share anything, please do. And I would also want to share with you that this month I am offering just a single session to work with me one-to-one to help you to find out what untrue beliefs or unresolved childhood scenarios, issues are still in you that are holding you back, that are sabotaging you, and that are hindering you to actually get to where you want to be in life or have what you want to experience. So if you are interested in just one single session, a healing session, which lasts about an hour and a half, where we go deeper underneath all this storytelling stuff, and to tune into your emotion, to your sensations or feelings that are there, then just reply to this. Either send me the best thing would be to send me a private message. And it's for those of you who have already done some healing work on yourself, and who are able to be absolutely responsible for what's showing up for you in your life. It's your stuff, right? It's your stuff to heal. And I'm your guide, and I can guide you to connect with the root cause, with the actual true reason why you're having certain things happening in your life. And it's for those of you who are also able to actually tune in with your emotions, and you are able to go deeper. So that's why I'm saying you have already experienced some kind of healing where you might have done that. You've done an inner journey or past life regression, or Akashic record reading or something like that, where you can intuitively connect with your higher self, your true self, your subconscious mind, and the bigger picture. So if you are that, if you're intuitive, if you've got, you're empathic and your heart-centered, you usually have those abilities naturally. And yeah, so make the use of this offer to just have one single session to try me out. You can always have more, of course. And, or if you just want to work with one thing, that's fine, just send me a private message, and I really look forward to meeting you. And it's, it's so exciting. These times that we are in, we are invited more and more to really look deeper and to really acknowledge what's there, and have the dedication to work on ourselves to get out of the low vibrational energies. Okay, so I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you next week again. Bye for now.